I'm Josh.
Hey, I'm Robert.
Hi, I'm Joanne. Hello, I'm Sharon. And we're all students here at UCLA.
With most college campuses closed and mandatory social distancing in place, it can be really difficult right now for incoming students to get a feel for what UCLA is like to help with their college decisions.
So to help with that, today we'll be giving you a virtual tour of UCLA's dorms and campus. Although we won't be able to enter any buildings due to COVID, hopefully this tour will give you some great insight into what school at UCLA is like. Let's get started.
Right now we're at the Hill, which is where UCLA's residential housing is located. Unlike other universities, UCLA's dorms and dining halls are completely separate from its campus, making it easier for students to unplug from a busy day of class. The Hill has 23 different residential communities, 4 all-you-can-eat dining halls, and 4 to-go options. There are 4 different dorm types to choose from: classic halls, deluxe halls, plazas, and suites. And these options mainly differ in whether they offer AC or private bathrooms. The Hill also has conference rooms, study spaces, computer labs, a gym, and an outdoor recreation area, which are open to all students who live in the dorm. While we won't be touring every inch of the Hill, we'll be going through some main parts on our way down to campus. When coming from campus to the dorms, the first set of buildings you'll see is in Deneuve Plaza, which is located right across from the Deneuve crosswalk. Deneuve itself is separated into 8 different buildings, each starting with a letter from A through H, from Acacia to Holly. Like Deneuve, each res hall usually has a front desk, dining hall, study rooms, and maybe a computer lab where you can print and get resources. Another one of the main areas is Sunset Village, where you can find many of the dorms and dining halls. The mailing center is also here, as well as a student store where you can grab a quick snack or supplies. Now that we've seen some of the Hill, let's head to campus.
So right now we're walking down onto campus. The slope we're on here is a really nice and easy walk to campus, but it's the most painful part of coming back from class. I mean, look at this incline. They say you don't leave UCLA without strong legs because of all the hills and stairs our campus features.
At the end of the hill, you'll hit Bruin Walk, the main walkway that cuts through campus. The first thing you'll see on Bruin Walk are the IM fields, where intramural sports games are held. Poly Pavilion, an arena where amazing UCLA athletics teams compete in sporting events, and the Wooden Center, which is our main gym on campus, named after the legendary basketball coach John Wooden.
Now we're here in Bruin Plaza, where you can find the Ash Health Clinic, the Student Activity Center, Ackerman Student Union, and the Bruin Bear statue right behind me. The Student Activity Center is home to many different student resources, including a test bank and a food pantry. And Ackerman is our main student union. It houses our main student store where you can grab all the gear, snacks, and school supplies you'll ever need. It also has restaurants, study rooms, and a post office. And it's a great place to go between your classes or if you ever need to grab something to eat. This is the Bruin Bear statue, and we have a tradition here where we rub the Bruin Bear's paw prior to exams for good luck. And when major football games or basketball games are coming up between UCLA and our rival USC, statues will actually go into hibernation and be put into these wooden boxes to protect them from vandalism. And one year, someone vandalized our beloved Bruin Bear statue, but we still beat USC in both football and basketball,
So at the beginning of every quarter, this part of Bruin Walk is where you'll likely see a tunnel of people flyering and holding fundraisers for the many clubs and organizations on campus.
Then you arrive at Kirchhoff, this beautiful castle-like building that is home to many club offices, our student government, the Daily Bruin, which is our student newspaper, and a cozy coffee shop called Kirchhoff Cafe. Something not many people know about in this building is the upper floor study lounges, where they even have reclining chairs for you to take naps.
As we walk towards the south part of campus, we pass through the Kirchhoff patio, which is a great place to study or meet up with friends between classes, especially on sunny days. A fun fact is that Legally Blonde was filmed here back in 2011. At UCLA, it's not uncommon to hear of film projects going on around you throughout the year, which I think is pretty cool.
Right across this patio is Moore Hall, which holds UCLA's largest lecture hall, seating 442 students. A lot of general education courses are taught here, and it's also notoriously cold in that room, so bring a jacket if you ever have a class here.
UCLA is split into South Campus and North Campus. South Campus is where we're entering right now, and that's where all the STEM majors have their classes. North Campus is where the social sciences and humanities majors have their classes, and we'll be looking at that a little later. Students often joke with their friends about the North Campus, South Campus rivalry, but we all love each other. This is the Mathematical Sciences building. The ground level of MS is actually the 5th floor. It's kind of a UCLA rite of passage here to get lost in this building at some point. And MS is also connected to Boulter Hall, which is also known as the birthplace of the internet. The Bolter Hall has a cafe and a library on its upper floors, and this library is a really good place to go if you want an absolutely silent place to study. And the roof of Bolter Hall is also a good place to go if you want an amazing view of campus. South Campus is also home to the UCLA Botanical Gardens, and that's a really cool place to go if you want to learn about some cool plants or just sit and relax. South Campus also has its own mini student union that we call the bomb shelter, where you can go grab food or study. And this general area is referred to as the Court of Sciences. Now let's go check out some other spots on the way to North Campus.
So this is the inverted fountain, and this is where all the new students get Bruinized during orientation. And if you ever touch the water again before you graduate, you're cursed to fail another class and take another quarter.
This building here is Murphy Hall. Murphy Hall is where all the academic and financial counseling is located. If you need to extend your unit count, submit a petition, have trouble enrolling in classes, or just have general academic questions, you can head over to Murphy Hall to get them answered.
Now we're over in North Campus, and we're currently in the Sculpture Garden, and this is one of my favorite places to hang out in during the day. And in the springtime, purple jacaranda trees bloom here and make it even more beautiful. Right next to that is a Young Research Library, or YRL. It's one of the biggest and most popular libraries on campus, and it has a lot of study spaces, including reservable study pods, silent cubicles in the upper floors, and private study rooms. It's a good place to just get away for a day and do some hardcore studying, or study with friends. And it also has its own coffee shop, which is really convenient. Now let's head back towards the center of campus.
Now we're at a couple of the most iconic buildings on our campus, Powell and Royce. Powell Library is arguably the most popular library on campus. It has multiple study rooms, desks scattered throughout the book stacks, and a beautiful main room to study or read. It also has multiple computer labs where you can use Mac or Windows desktops and rent out laptops, chargers, and cords throughout the day.
Another reason Powell is really popular is that during midterm and finals week, Powell is open 24/7. This place will be packed during exam season. It's pretty much considered a rite of passage to spend a night in Powell studying during finals week.
Lastly, we'll end our tour at the most famous building on campus, Royce Hall. It hosts TED Talks, LA Philharmonic concerts, and campus events such as cultural nights and dance showcases. It's also home to many of the language departments. Fun fact, the original architect of Royce Hall was religious, so he designed it after a church in Milan, Italy, with 52 imperfections after the 52 Sundays in a year. Because of its beautiful architecture, Royce Hall is a really popular place for students and visitors to take pictures. It's also a tradition for graduating seniors to take their senior portraits in front of Royce, and right now, Royce is lit up blue every Thursday night to honor the healthcare workers, first responders, and essential other workers that risk their lives during this pandemic. Now we're walking down Jan's steps, and the grass around this area is normally covered with people reading, taking naps, swinging in hammocks, or playing with their dogs. And I know I'm looking forward to coming out here with a good book once life gets back to normal. That concludes our campus tour. We hope that this was a helpful guide to the main parts of UCLA, and we really do hope that you come to college on this beautiful campus.
And if you have any thoughts or questions about anything in this video, leave them in the comments below.
Thanks so much for watching, and look out for our next video.
Bye! Bye!
Bye!
Bye!